Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of the Press Papers Review. I am OLUTAYO. Ogunade, the station is 32 FM 94.9, your Fenya station. The Guardian newspaper here, Premium Times, Daily Trust newspaper, and Daily Times newspaper. Kenny Druttle is right here. Good morning, Kenny.
Good morning, Tyre. It's good to have you there, listener, out there. Join us on the paper review. Starting off with the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. It's the major headline: withdrawal limits for crippled campaign funding. Say parties. That's out of the Punch. I can't understand the Boko Haram phenomenon. That's a statement credited to Atiku. Tinubu meets Muslim leaders, promises to diversify economies. Another story there. Tambuwal meets Autumn as PDP woos aggrieved governors. 1.4 million POS operators may lose jobs. That's according to Bank Agents Association boss. Obi promises to restore Ibadan's lost glory. Also, Southwest Ogun PDP and last-minute reconciliation moves. On the Metro Plus side of the Punch newspaper, you find this one: Fire Gods Anambra timber market. Traders seek support. Terrorists open fire on casino traders, kill 4. 11 killed, 30 injured in Bochi Kogi crashes. Youths on reprisal kill vigilantes. Police open probe. Let's take a look at some business stories. Debt service into Gulp, 123% of 2023 revenue. Activists express worry over cash withdrawal limits. And lastly, Nigeria's plastic waste hits 1.25 metric tons. That's according to the UN.
PDP crises were working to bring G5 on board. Tambuwal, my first story from Daily Trust newspaper. Ganduje hails trustees Abdulaziz for winning Shoyinka Investigative Journalism Award. FEMA reads Riot Act to filling stations. Fourth mainland bridge will spur development. Lagos State Government. Land crisis. CP orders arrest of arsonists, killers in Ondo. Amnesty International. Military attacks on civilians in Rivers. Community must end. I've met Wike 5 times. Now waiting for him. Atiku. Seized by security agents, presumed killed. Questions trail disappearance of Kaduna mechanic. I've never made money from investment in my private university. Atiku. Some more from Daily Trust newspaper. Non-oil export proceeds to hit $1 billion. Sule presents flags to Almakura 6 orders. Blaming politicians alone for poor governance unjustifiable. APBN president. Petrol hits 310 litre per liter in Kano amid scarcity. Be wary of Atiku's sugar-coated promises, Tinubu tells Nigerians. Customs impound 168 million petrol in Badagry. 6 dead, 25 injured in Kogi road crash. That's FRSC there, and Atiku Wike faction to Bika over thuggery in Rivers.
From the Daily Post, NNPC gives ultimatum to Bishop Mamza, demands receipts, invoices of monies allegedly paid by Anambra government. Elsewhere, Kaduna residents skip meals as price of foodstuff skyrockets. In politics, 2023, Abia APC reacts to alleged jail sentence against its Guba candidate, Uche Oga. Also, Tinubu storms Ibadan, meets Southwest Muslims. Elsewhere, fuel scarcity persists as DSS 48 hours ultimatum elapses. Elsewhere, power will return to the people, ex-rep spokesman, Asemi. Also, talking security now, Uzodima enjoins all to pray for God's intervention in Imo. Fuel scarcity, students group back DSS ultimatum, blasts Falano. Also, you find this one: we battled 131 fire outbreaks from January to November. Rivers Federal Fire Service and CPC begins 2022 pilgrimage exercise to Israel, Jordan. Police invite University of Uyo over land grabbing. Other issues. PDP crisis. I met Wike 5 times without solution. That's a statement credited to Atiku. 2023, I'll direct CBN to stop multiple exchange rates if elected. Atiku speaking there again. Bielsa ICC begins door-to-door campaign for Tinubu is another story. To the Daily Post, Nigerians won't regret electing Tinubu. Senator Nnamani Nwoye speaking on that particular one. And let's take a couple more. Insecurity, bandits kills Zamfara monarch. And lastly, tanker explodes, kills one in Ogun.
All right, we'll take a look at Premium Times. Despite mother's appeal, terrorist Dogo Gide insists. Okay, I'll come back to that story.
From the Nation newspaper, INEC begins PVC distribution today, says Okoye. NUC working with ICPC to flush out illegal vacities, says Executive Secretary. Lekki Deep Seaport suffers setback over $800 million needed to link rail line. Magashi armed forces more equipped to fight terrorism now. There's another story there. Why pressure on forex markets persists by Emefiele. The worry of Atiku's sugar-coated promises. APC warns Nigerians 2023 Indigo will use Tinubu to build bridges, says Nnamani. Obasanjo Obi of Onitsha. Others eulogize Nwodo at 70. Video Governors Tambuwal Autumn meet in Makurdi. Obasanjo Obi Adebanjo. Others celebrate Nwodo at 70. Also, from the Nation, Lekki Deep Seaport suffers setback. Already took that particular headline. Why pressure on forex markets persist. Some of the stories out of the Nation newspaper this morning.
All right, to go back to the Premium Times story. Despite mother's appeal, terrorist Dogo Gide insists on 100 million naira ransom to free kidnapped pupils. BBC interview, I'm different. Tinubu walking on eggshells on Buhari's performance. Nigerians are dissatisfied with democracy. This is how to solve the problem. It's an analysis you find from Premium Times. How George drilled NDLEA defense lawyers over questionable deal with drug barons. Security agencies speak on frequent deadly attacks in Enugu. Some more here from Premium Times. Buhari governors row over mindless stealing of local government funds. That you also find. From there, Nigeria incapacitates itself by excluding women youth. That's according to a report. No PVC, no vote. INEC tells electorate. Presidency debunks lawmakers' claim on misappropriation of 89.9 trillion naira stamp duty fund. Nigeria is 10th country with most internet freedom in the world. Tension in Abia community as headers allegedly invade people's farms. I'll give you your entitlements, appointments. Atiku tells Abuja indigents. Experts highlight impact of investigative journalism on democracy. And Buhari off to Washington for U.S.-Africa summit.
We'll take some messages now, and when we come back, we'll be taking the analysis, reactions to the stories, and all of that. Stay with us.
FM 94.9.
Dabbo na the first and ogbonge herbal toothpaste. E get ingredients like lemon, mint, ginger, and basil wey dey make our teeth kakaraka.
Madam Rose, na true you talk o. Dabbo na the cocoa herbal punch wey get plenty natural herbs. Dabbo, the cocoa choice for my family.
I go follow the man wey sabi the road o. I go follow the man wey sabi the walk o. I go follow the man wey go unite the people. Unify. I go follow the man wey go rescue the nation. I go vote Atiku, Mr. Unifier. I don't articulate, articulate. I don't articulate, articulate. I don't articulate, articulate.
PDP! Power to the people! Now
PDP Presidential Campaign Council sponsored this message.
Hey, neighbor, I said let me come and check to see if all of you are fine.
Mama Didi, we're doing great. Thank you.
Your husband?
Oh, he's fine. Too.
And you?
Mama Didi, plus my grandfather in the village were fine. What is it?
My dear, the aroma of this jollof rice has been knocking on my door since. I just had
come and eat job.
Introducing the new Onga Jollof Seasoning Powder. It's the new jollof taste maker, made to give your jollof rice that rich jollof taste and aroma that's really hard to resist.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Everybody won't connect to something greater. Connect to the moment, the winning goal, to history. You know fit do now. Watch the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 on Showmax Pro. Oh yeah now. Stream all 64 matches of the World Cup live from Super Sport on Showmax. Experience every game, anywhere, on up to 2 devices. It is available in HD and 4K also. Icho. Almost sign up now at showmax.com. Christ Mercy International Church presents 21 days powerful revival. Níbi tí Ọlọ́run ti ṣetán láti lo àwọn òjíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àkórí ìtọ́dún yìí. Igi gbígbẹ́ léyìí, ògì gbígbẹ́nu ayé wa ni ó yè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tí yóò sì máa wáyé ní gbogbo aago 5 di aago 8 àṣálẹ́ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti 1st of December to 21st of December nínú ọdún tá a wà yìí. Prophet Mayowa Moses Fèyíjì àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run bíi Prophet Olúfẹ́mi Òní, Prophet Paul Adémodì, Apostle Olúwaṣẹ́gun Olúwaṣọgbọ́n, Prophet Adesoji Ọ̀nàbánjọ, Apostle Elijah Olúṣọlá, Prophet Augustine Ogena, Prophet Paul Arúlé Jésù, Prophet Ṣẹ́gun George, Prophet Samuel Olúdáre, tó fi mọ́ Prophet Isaac Yàyíọlá, pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ olórin ẹ̀mí bíi Akíntúndé Ìlàjà Ọlọ́run ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, Ẹnìtàn Olúṣẹ́gun Bámidélé EOB, Bose Super àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo nínú gbọ̀ngàn àjọ wa tó wà ní number 35 Adámọ̀lẹ́kọ̀ Street beside Butterlight Bread, Ìmọ̀lẹ́ Fálàfíà Òkè Àdó Ìbàdàn. It's 080-7730-9381. Jisududio. Shalom.
Waka Now Travel Fest is back, and it's a showdown all through November. Enjoy unbeatable travel deals on flights, hotels, visas, and holiday packages. Visit www.wakanow.com now to get these amazing deals, or visit our travel centers at Bun Mall, Ventura Mall, and Base 1 Plaza, Ring Road, Ibadan. Ladies and gentlemen, the showdown is here. Waka Now, let's go.
32 FM, 94.9.
Well, it's great to have you join us. It's still 32 FM 94.9 Break of Dawn paper review. And yes, we are going to keep delving into the stories right now. And to help us analyze, make sense of the stories this morning is Austin Udumo. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, Austin Udumo.
All right, let's start off with the major one out of the Punch newspaper. Withdrawal limits will cripple campaign funding, say parties. The parties, we understand, have written to the CBN or will be writing to the CBN for a waiver. They're saying that the cashless policy will choke the political process and fundraising for the elections. Austin.
Yes, there have always been hits since the CBN governor came up with that particular policy initiative for the government that come January 9th, 2023, there are restrictions on volume and large withdrawals from various accounts across the country. That does not mean that you can't still withdraw based on what you want, but there are certain limits that thereafter charges will now have to come to play. A lot of reaction has straight that how it could it will not help the economy by some people who believe that things should just remain the way they are or what have you. Now, political parties are now coming on board to say that it will cripple campaign funding. It has to be meaningful conversation as it affects the generality of the economy and the overall welfare of the people.
Right.
The conversation should be how it affects our economy. What is the economic benefit of political party funding? They spend recklessly. If this policy is in place to checkmate political party funding, I agree with it. My personal opinion. You understand? The issue of vote buying has become a menace in the country because people feel that once they have the money, they can withdraw large volume of cash, keep in their domain. At the end of the day, on election day, they continue to bargain for votes of the people. When you buy vote from the people, it means that you are making the people to sell their conscience for peanuts, which suffice to say that you are going into office without the interest of the people at heart. Because if you love the people, what you do is to campaign to them, market what you have to offer to them, let them key into it in form of an ideology and vote for you rather than trying to induce them with cash. So for me, I feel that political party combined, it is not about the ruling party here, it is not about the opposition. It's going to affect political party as a whole. If this is put in place so that it could affect them and make our economy better on the long run, so be it. So the idea, let's talk about the POS guys. Over 1.4 million POS agents across the country. Yes, we can all also prevail on the CBN to look at whatever amendment that can be done, whatever waiver that can be done to show their limit.
As it stands now, for a POS operator, weekly, all he can withdraw is 100,000 naira. How does that affect his business? It's definitely going to cripple.
Yes, it will cripple their business, to take them out of business. Some other areas that it could affect small businesses across the country, let CBN look at it for the second time and come up with a waiver. Because these POS guys, they are also part of the economy. They add value to the economy. Some people are also being employed, taken off the street as a result of that little businesses here and there. So what the government can do through the CBN is to look at it critically, come up with another idea. That of the POS, you can decide to increase the limit. You understand? You increase the limit. There's a particular POS agent in the country that I don't want to mention the name. It has caused so many innocent Nigerian tears, because some of these guys, when they lock around the ATM area, what they do is to swap the card of order. Most often time they use it on the POS because at times it find it difficult to trace whatever transaction that emanate from that angle. So we have to look at it holistically and put things in proper perspective. Where we need CBN to grant waiver, let's prevail on them to grant waiver. The idea of simply political party funding, and at the end of the day that would not even have any meaningful economic impact, for me, I think that is a no-go area. Let CBN look at it again. For every policy, for every law, there are always a form of exception. What are the exceptions that can be granted in form of waiver in terms of increment in limit that will also help to affect the economy? Don't forget, the idea of a policy direction of government should primarily be centered on people's welfare and vis-a-vis the economy prosperity of the people as a whole. So if the CBN is looking into that, let's argue constructively as far as that issue is concerned. Not just a political party funding, campaign funding, and what have you. In short, these policies should check excesses of politicians, the way they get money, the way they generate. INEC will not do it. There is a law by INEC on monitoring campaign spending. INEC will not do it. If monetary policy can help us to do it, and at the end of the day, the economy benefits from it, so be it.
Let's look at this headline here on fuel scarcity. Customs intercept 33,990 liters of petrol along Badagry waterways. Austin Edumo, who is responsible for oil theft in Nigeria?
Yes, oil theft is a major business. It's a mega business in Nigeria. It is not just the business of the common man. It takes two to tango. There are some high officials of the government that are also involved in this in terms of connivance. You know, sometimes ago the custom painted the picture that the NNPC cannot claim that it does not know how crude move out of the country. Even imported petroleum product also get out of the country because this history now suggests largely that it was a refined petroleum product that is supposed to be sold in Nigeria. Let me take you back to the era of subsidy under the PDP regime. You know, product will come into the country, it will be taken out of the country. It has landed in Nigeria that we are the one consuming this product. It will now be taken by our marketer to neighboring country. This marketer have either to collected subsidy from the government. they will now sell at an increased pump price in our neighboring country. That is what is obtainable.
How do they manage
at
to
that
move
time.
it from Nigeria to the
That
neighboring
is
countries
what the
without being
custom
caught?
boss told the Senate, that this truck move in multitude, more than 100 truck. The custom boss queried at that time that how can you tell me that over 100 truck will move out of the country and we won't be able to intercept them? What is the work of the Navy? Don't also forget the military. The Navy arm, particularly of the military, came out recently as NFPC was not sincere with the quantum of oil theft in Nigeria. We had to come to time with the reality of the fact that this is actually the volume, because some people are playing with figure. Today we don't know the exact consumption, daily consumption of PMS in Nigeria. Is a modulated figure, estimated figure, which is not supposed to be so. Today we don't know the quantum. At times NNPC will tell us that over 80% of crude is stolen in Nigeria, and that is what they have sold to Mr. President. That is what Mr. President is brandishing as figure. So how do you want the economy of the country to survive? My personal opinion is this, and it's almost close to the reality on ground, that if government officials are not directly involved in this oil theft, this business cannot last. It cannot survive the test of time, because it is not a business for the common man. You need a lot of logistics, a lot of resources in terms of funding.
A video recently circulated of a man who refused passage for some tankers, who also alleged that his life was under threat. You saw the video?
I saw the video.
Good.
That is the way it works. When you say this is the right thing to be done, at that time the custom boss painted the picture that if he gets collaboration, this thing can be nipped in the bud. So who are the people sabotaging the effort of the government to ensure that products that are meant to be consumed in Nigeria and consumed, crude oil that we are supposed to sell as a country, is coming to the covers of the country as a result of the proceeds of this crude fund? So these are a whole number of issues that the government had to deal with.
I understand.
But I think there are some
to
untouchables within the government.
We've gone back to 1.8 million barrels per day now.
It is not realistic. It is just projected.
Who churns out this,
that's the issue. Figure? There is no way by now, based on the reality of crude theft in Nigeria, that we can get back to 1.8 million barrels. The last time NNPC rolled out this figure was 936,000. I think as at now, because of the effort of the Navy, the Tompolo stuff, pipeline surveillance and what have you, we have gone beyond a million now. I think 1.2 or thereabout, which means that we can do more. By next year, if all ends are on deck and we are able to work as an interagency collaboration and synergy, we'll be able to get close to that figure. But for now, see, until we get to our actual projected production figure, we can't maximize benefit from the global crude price. That's just the truth, apart from the issue of local refining capacity.
All right, there's a report that says Nigeria's oil sector is one of the world's least transparent when it comes to sales, associated revenues, and physical oil flows. Austin, let's talk fuel scarcity and the, directive now or threat of the DSS. I mean, there's still fuel scarcity around.
So you can't build something or nothing. That's just the truth. You can't just come and decree by fiat and say within 48 hours there should not be fuel scarcity. Let us address the crux of the matter. What are the crux of the matter? Landing cost, one of it is that landing cost is well over 200 per litre. If a landing cost is coming at 200 per litre as a result of increment in S-depot price, how do you now enforce that supplies will be all around? Because people that are creating this scarcity, they believe so much, and as a businessman too, you will also reason that way. Return on investment. They feel that if they get allocation in terms of truck of PMS, bringing it to their station, dispensing, they have to incur huge running costs. And for them not to avoid that, they will do what we call cycling. Once they get the allocation, they will sell it on the spot. The one that is called quantamole. I don't know whether you understand it. So they don't have to incur any cost at all. That selling on the spot, if it is 2 naira per litre or 3 naira per litre they get, that is pure profit for them. Because if they take it to their station, they operate it, they will pay attendant, they will pay for diesel, they will manage logistics, people that are coming to queue, they will hire security to ensure that people are on the queue or what have you, they will incur more cost. It is because of lack of availability of this product. Of course, NNPC has boasted several times that they have about 1.9 billion litre of PML. It is not just having it. Let NNPC come out to tell us the official pump price. That is what we are yet to see. You have a regulated market on one hand, and you see people selling arbitrarily. We suffice to say that people are selling what they buy. And as businessmen, they have to make their money. That is the truth of the matter. And stations that are still dispensing at official pump price, don't forget, when I say official pump price, quote and unquote, 180 is not of
what is quote and unquote here now?
180 Tayo, Kenny is not official pump price.
It's not.
The last official pump price we are familiar with, 165 naira. Who took it to 180? The government has not explained that to us. The NNPC has not explained that to us. Now some people are selling for as high as 250 per liter.
No, I bought it 260.
270. Some stations 300 naira. You know, there are some stations, funnily enough, they don't always have product. It is always a time like this when there is crisis in the land that they have product. They know themselves. As we are speaking down, they know themselves. It's a disservice to humanity, and it's also a disservice to the nation. When you claim you don't have fuel, when it is being sold at pump price, official pump price, and all of a sudden you now have when it is being sold arbitrarily, when you can make profit at the expense of the people. I think it is the NNPC that is holding the people to ransom as far as this case is concerned.
You have to see proper prosecution of oil thefts, oil thieves rather, by the Nigerian government. And someone spoke yesterday and said, the way we plan, we don't even plan as if we want solutions to our problems anytime soon. See the way we build our filling stations and the barricade.
Yes.
You don't find barricade go to Ghana. You don't find barricade around filling stations.
That is what I want to say.
Let someone build a filling station today, you see barricade already.
See, the barricade, there is this
preparing for scarcity.
Yes, preparing for scarcity so that you'll be able to monitor, you'll be able to control and what have you.
Your thoughts, Austin, on this one? I can't understand the Boko Haram phenomenon. That's according to Atiku. He said that he served in Borno State, familiar with the terrain there, and he's sort of bewildered at the fact that you can actually find forests and shrubs where Boko Haram can hide there. He says that it should be difficult for anybody to hide in that sort of terrain.
I think Atiku Abubakar, as a politician, is playing to the gallery, and this is one of the major reasons we have not been able to solve the security problem. Those in the opposition, President Muhammadu Buhari inclusive, before he got into government, always believed at that time that the government in power was clueless, does not have idea. Oh, if I am the one, I would have done this. He rode into power on the premise of that, based on his experience as a former military head of state, on the Maitasini issue and what have you. But at the end of the day, he came into office, he relocated the headquarters of the military to Borno State. After 3 months, I will cross Boko Haram. After 6 months, I will cross Boko Haram. See, it is not a war that you defeat just within 24 hours. So we must be sincere when it comes to the issue of security. Atiku said, where will Boko Haram hide in Borno State? Has he forgotten the issue of the Sambisa forest? Has he forgotten the Lake Chad Basin? As I speak to you now, I'm saying it on good authority. Substantially, the federal government through the Nigerian military has been able to decimate Boko Haram. That's just the truth. That is the truth of the matter. The security matters that we are confronted with majorly for now is the issue of banditry and what have you along the northeast, along the not even northeast, along north central and northwestern part of the country. So let us not play politics with the issue of security. He's saying it now as if he gets into power by next year, he will be able to deal with the issue of Boko Haram terrorism just at a glance. It does not really work like that. If the government is not serious about it, of course, we understand majorly that because of the issue of nepotism and ethnic whatever, President Muhammadu Buhari have not been very serious with the fight against a fight against insecurity in the land, because this issue of northwest, north central was not largely part of it before he came into power. So the idea of where would they hide? I can't understand the Boko Haram phenomenon. After all, it didn't start today. Boko Haram did not start with President Muhammadu Buhari. That's just the truth of the matter. It has been over a decade that we have been on this matter. So let no presidential candidate tell us how you are going to tackle the problem when you get into office. You don't need to cast aspersion and say you can't understand it. Where would they hide? You have served in Borno before. Where are they going to hide? And you hear that they kill people on a daily basis. They have been killing people. That's the truth of the matter.
It's
if
not
they
the
don't
most.
exist, they can't be killing people.
It's not the most reassuring statement to make from him. If you go by the quote that what he said, so maybe when I get there, he said he's puzzled. Maybe when I get there, I'll understand. But honestly, I cannot understand the Boko Haram
Of course,
phenomenon.
there are things you don't understand until you get into office. That's the truth of the matter. It's easier said as opposition when you are in the opposition. When you are on the other side, we always think that government is rosy when you are on the other side. I'm not holding brief on the government, but the truth of the matter is that Atiku was also very much on ground when this issue of Boko Haram started. So he cannot claim to play to the gallery today because he's aspiring to become president. Tell us how you are going to deal with the problem. There are some classified security information that you may not understand until you become the CNC. Right. That's the truth of the matter.
All right. Okay. We'll go on another break now. When we return, we'll continue with the conversation.
FM 94.9.
Christmas time is tasty time with Mama all the way. What a tasty meal to share with family and friends. Oh, Mama all the way. So have yourself a nourishing Christmas with Mama tasty range.
Ho, ho, ho! Have a deliciously nourishing Christmas with Mama Door.
Mama all the way. So have yourself a nourishing Christmas with Mama tasty range.
Kò síṣẹ́ kò sówó, ebi ń pa mí, àìsí ìdáàbòbò, ìjìyà ojúmọ́, náírà kí ló dé? Àsìkò ìràpadà Nàìjíríà dé. Bóyá PDP, òkùnkùn ní mọ́lẹ̀, ìjẹ Gàrímù, PDP, iṣẹ́ rẹpẹtẹ, PDP,
ìkéde yìí wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ PDP Presidential Campaign Council.
God bless Nigeria. Live, work, and study in Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, Cyprus, South Africa, and India. Become a permanent resident of Canada. Best country to live. Work in the United Kingdom as a skilled worker, a health worker, a caregiver, and enjoy a family life in the UK. Start your 2023 migration travel and tour plan now through NTT Go Abroad. Register for your visa process now at nttgoabroad.com and NTT Go Abroad app with 50% discount at Online Dynamics Limited, 4th floor, Cocoa House, Dugbe, Ibadan, and Stallion Hillside, Jericho, Ibadan, and collect your Christmas gifts instantly. Migration, travels, and tours. NTT Go Abroad. Integrity, expertise, and experience. 0810-273-8145. NTT Go Abroad. Powered by Online Dynamics Limited. Registration closes December 16th.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Crossover sí 2023 òróró òtítayọ lọ́lọ́run Sáàmù Olúwa ló máa dà lé ọ lórí.
Orílẹ̀ tí Jésù ti jí sí àmì àti ìyanu ojúkorojú yẹn. Adámímọ́gò Jesus City la máa gbàrí kọjá sí 2023. Nínú pàdé májẹ̀mú ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta àgbáyípo láti Friday 30 December di Sunday 1st January 2023. Bàbá Adámímọ́gò Prophet Sáàmù Olúwa Ọlọ́run ti sọ fún bàbá láti dá òróró ojú rẹ̀ lé gbogbo èèyàn lórí. Anointing for excellence. Ọlọ́run sọ pé gbogbo ẹni máa farahàn. Òun máa bá wọn dá májẹ̀mú títayọ fún ìrìn àjò 2023 o. Ọ̀pọ̀ wòlíì májẹ̀mú Jésù máa lọ. Bísí aláwìyé àlùkò. Olúwa ló ní bísí. Àwọn ló máa léwájú olórin ẹ̀mí. Prophet Sáàmù Olúwa bàbá Adámímọ́gò. Wọ́n á máa dòróró títayọ lé gbogbo èèyàn lórí. Ààyè wọn náà wọ́n kánsẹ́lì tó máa wà. Wákàtí nínú àdúrà máa jọ. CSC Adámímọ́gò Jesus City. Ìbàjúlẹ̀ kí àgbẹ̀ expressway. Ìlàmìjà village Aláró City la ó ti pàdé. Ìwọ ló máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rí eléyìí gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Neighbor, I said let me come and check to see if all of you are fine.
Mama Didi, we're doing great. Thank you.
Your husband?
Oh, he's fine. Too.
And you?
Mama Didi, plus my grandfather in the village were fine. What is it?
My dear, the aroma of this jollof rice has been knocking on my door since I just had
come and eat job.
Producing the new Onga Jollof Seasoning Powder. It's the new jollof taste maker, made to give your jollof rice that rich jollof taste and aroma that's really hard to resist.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Bring out your biggest ideas in the metaverse. Get creative in augmented reality. Dress up your avatar and turn your art into an NFT. Naija, come flex first in the metaverse with Meta Technologies. Go to meta.com to discover how.
What? How did I do?
You did great.
My little boy has talent, so I support him by taking him to auditions.
Your son did great.
Helping with his scripts.
Bow down to my flaming sword. Great job.
For nourishment, I give him Twisco.
Mom, I got the role.
Now, it's my turn to be proud of him.
Give your kids Twisco to support their big dreams.
Twisco, power your dream.
32 FM 94.9.
Well, it's good to have you back with us. Break it on pay-per-view 32 FM 94.9 070550949 08097,949. Let's have your thoughts on the stories that we shared with you so far. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
It's Sola from Wood.
All right.
I ask a question sometimes on this platform. Who imports the refined products to Nigeria? Is it NNPC or other importers? Yeah, who are the government paying the subsidy to? Can someone answer me that question? Thank you.
It's NNPC. NNPC is the sole importer now. But I think once in a while they engage private sector. They engage private contractor to bring this product in. That is why they don't even have a functional depot again. They hire private depot owner too.
Hello, Tayo.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Shagun.
I want to talk about these POS people. Some of them are agents of banks. Bank can liaise with CBN to give them a waiver of getting the amount they want every day, every week. Some of them are registered with CAC and they have limits. It's not a big deal. Our social lifestyle is a big deal about people against this. CBN policy. About petroleum products, people are involved. But, okay, I'm very sorry to say this. Go to Bulgaria or in Mekwa area, you see specialized bikes that can carry 15 kegs, that's 50,000, going to the Republic of Benin. And there is collaboration between the security agent and custom and people over there. We should please help this nation. It's not only our political leaders that are killing us. We too are killing ourselves. Have a nice time. God bless you.
Thank you. 0809-7000-949 0705-5000-949. Good morning, 32 FM crew. The new cashless policy will discourage rigging and reduce vote buying. That's from Sulaiman Sharif. Thank you. Well done. Keep it up from Oyo, Ishola, Ajibola. Thank you. We got your message. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Please move away from your radio.
I've done that.
Okay, great. Let's have you.
Yeah, my name is Olajide. I'm calling from Africa.
All right.
Good morning, all. I just have a question. This limit withdrawal per day, is it affecting the VVN or individual account? Because if it's VVN, definitely someone can transfer to other account and withdraw. If you have like 3 or 4 accounts. So let us help us to answer that question. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, are we good? It's a BVN thing per day, per person, per day. You can see transfer, however. We are not talking about transfer. I said you can transfer to other bank. No, we are talking about OTC, over the counter withdrawal. 20,000 per day. That's the limit. So it's per person. There is no shortcut about it.
Hello, Tayo. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Adonis.
Good to have you, Adonis.
If we talk about manifesto, what is a simple definition of manifesto? Manifestos are problems of the society which the politicians have studied and proffer solutions to. That upon swearing in as a winner, we implement as policies that will positively affect the people. If Atiku Abubakar is saying is puzzled by Boko Haram problems, which is ravaging the Nigerian society, it means he has not been living here. And it means he is not qualified. So campaign and vie for the position is intended to. Thank you.
Thank you. 0809 7000 7949 0906 200949. Our politicians should stop giving promises only. They should tell us how they intend to fulfill these promises too. OLUTAYO on Obamiro, we got your message. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning. I'm John Njoko. This is crisis. We are working to bring G5 on board, and boy is cooking. One article said we are being it 5 times. You ask yourself, why did Sambuan and others sleep stream to the dog and visited the business to achieve what? And because the message is that it is fast. When you did the what they do for, in case good demand is simple. How you step down and the all you are ready. And what you are saying is that are you not step down, you will continue to hold office and the demand is just simple. How you step down from that office and you are saying no for peace to reign. It is only them that can do us. Can they have what it takes to give it immunity and the meeting will give another condition to KGB? Without it, nothing will happen. John Njoku and thank you.
Thank you, John Njoku. Good morning, Tyler and Kenny. About the CBN policy, the way the wealthy and politicians are crying about the policy, it looks like the policy will be against them when it takes off. Honestly, this policy will curb so many things, mostly, especially vote buying. Thank you, Raji Afiz. We got your message.
All right, let's see if we can take some more calls. 07055,949. 09097,949. Those are the numbers to be part of the conversation. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. What's your name?
It's Sarah again.
All right.
It's a question. How can you understand the phenomenon when a government terrorizing by Boko Haram has abandoning them, return them to the society? How do you understand it? Thank you.
All right, thank you for that one.
Good morning. In 2015, when Jonathan surrendered the reins of government to the APC, we were paying off our debts with 10% of our income. Today, our debt service costs have surpassed our income and the economy is being affected from top to bottom. Even though the future president will have a lot of work to do in the economic sector, President Buhari is only offering the president who would take after him numerous justifications for not performing adequately. That's from Balkis on Nodiron. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Colorado. Now, I think throughout the weekend, I was listening to some news and various political parties complaining about the policy of the CBN. And in as much as I don't go along with CBN fully, but I begin to like it when I hear politicians making their displeasure known. No, I love it as I was hearing those comments from politicians, APC, PDP. The only politician that was not complaining was Labour. Maybe they complained later, but they are not complaining now. But PDP, APC, they are so angry about the policy, and I think I love the policy. Let me just put it that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Just before we go, I drove around Malete last week, and I witnessed a particular scene that was a bit surprising to me. Students of St. Luke's School were fighting with Bado Grammar School students. And more importantly, I saw it coming from the side of St. Luke. You saw students throwing missiles, stones, broken ceilings, and the height for me was brandishing machetes. I was surprised. We couldn't even drive. We had to park at some point. It was a whole lot of noise around that, that area on this day that I was talking about. Just last week.
Yes,
Friday.
I think the government had to beam a searchlight on that area. This is not the first time that will be coming. That school has been particularly notorious for wielding machetes when there is little argument or what have you, which means that there are courtists, secondary school students, bringing out cutlasses and other dangerous weapon just to settle scores. So their principals should be called to order. The government must visit this issue. I remember during Ajimobi, vividly, it also happened, and it was dealt with at that time. So let government look at it very critically. In the heart of the city, we can't have a situation where student of secondary school will come up with dangerous weapon all in the name of fighting another school. So if not properly taken care of course the issue has subsided now, but let us not allow it to rest, because it could reoccur anytime soon or even in the nearest future. And what is the lesson for our upcoming one? If secondary school student or secondary school student can be wielding machetes in broad daylight, we are not talking about higher institution.
And the place of family, which is the smallest unit of a society.
Yes.
So also,
what is our value system?
We read a book some time ago.
Teaching?
I mean, some years back. Scoundrels in Uniform. Do you remember the book?
Yes, I still remember. So we have to reconcile and revigorate the core value system. It starts from within the home. Of course, it could be the smallest unit of a society, but every good thing should start from there. Whether the society will become better, whether it will become worse off, it has its roots from every family.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria.
I am OLUTAYO Ogunade.
I'm Kenny. Jerusalem with the Smart Kid Show is up next. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the guest analyst and do not necessarily reflect the recommendations or perspectives of 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan.
We fill the world with laughter. We are 32 FM